Okay, we are in Chief Architect, and today we are working on a whole home remodel project. So this project, let me just show you an overview. It's a house. There's a small addition on the back, or enclosure, really taking an existing bedroom, or taking the bedroom, extending it onto an existing deck and enclosing it. So the back of the wall here, just working on the design a little bit. Show you this room. This is inside the master bedroom, and we have back of the house. Disregard all the colors and everything. We're just looking at shapes right now. So general finishes. We like the layout of the bedroom here. Where the bed is. You come in. There's a large view, and the idea is, can we make this look like an awesome hotel room style? There's a really nice view out this window. So right now I've got these fixed windows, this operational door that gives us our egress in addition to access outside for convenience, but also gives us our technical egress that we need. And if I go to our top-down perspective floor overview, I'm drawing in Chief Architect 17, just so you're aware. Let's see what you can do here. So a couple details I'm going to do. I just need to clean up some of the finishes, determine our spacing for some structural stuff, and then look at how I want to do the exterior, any kind of patio deck area off of that, since we're losing our covering. So that's the overview. We'll get into the rest of this house in some other videos and what's going on, and it's pretty awesome. So let's just start with this area. So back to the plan view. First off, like I said, we've got these windows set up, and I think what I want to do is start with just drawing a slab. So there'll be a slab of concrete out here. Just draw a slab. I love drawing, being able to look at exterior view at the same time. So simple slab. This countertop is there, but it's actually going to extend all the way. So that will extend there. We'll figure out what's going on there with the computer, why it's not showing up the way I want it. But this will be full stone, which will actually create some nice privacy in this area of the house. So this is the master suite. The rest of this space works for now. I'll get into that later. But this area here, I think what we'll do is, we have our main patio down here, but I'm going to add another slab off of this door. And my idea would be to, with this slab, I'm just going to make it a little large, open it up. We're going to make it, it's going to start 4 inches off the ground because it sits on top of the other slab, and it's going to be total height of 7.5. I believe it gets us where we need to be. The question is, do we want to do anything with this slab? It's, I guess, going to be taller. Must have a step there. So I didn't look at my floor properly. It's got to be 12 inches to the bottom of the door. There we go. All right, so now we're 12 inches up. We will have to have a step somewhere off of this down to this slab, unless we raise this entire slab up as well. But for now, I think it'd be kind of nice to leave it low, because it'll give a better view if you have anything down low out of these windows, out of that bedroom, putting any furniture there. So I'm going to just take it and make a really simple step off of this door. We'll line it up with that. Let's go back to our top-down view. You can see the step right there. This little offset, it's obviously a natural spot to end. The whole step, okay, so 12 inches up, but I'm gonna have to have another step down to this lower patio from this step. So first off, let me just edit this. Drag this patio out of there. The nice thing about Chief Architect is you see all these layers. This is the framing, the sheeting, the siding. So you can be really accurate in CAD views to be exactly where you want to be with your lines. This one here, same thing. I'm going to bring that out. There's an existing post we're going to be dealing with on this house from a construction standpoint, so that post will go away, but that's what it's referencing right now. Okay, so got a step. I'm going to have one more step. The question is, do I like this? It obviously looks super plain, super simple. What to do. Well, I know I'm going to need another one. Just start. Let's see. So just copy and paste that. Going to go into this one, make it half the height, so it's going to be 6 inches. Still at 0 to the bottom. So everything's referencing the same layer. If I click on this one, it's 18 inches deep. I like to be 14 to 16 on outside steps, a little deeper than normal. But let's see what this does. It's my point-to-point tool, so I can get it exact. No, I'm not sure. You know what? Forget this. I'm just going to get rid of that, and I'm going to take this patio and raise it up a couple of inches. There we go. Guess I was miscalculating. I can raise it up and play with the grade there just fine and have a single step. Okay. So now we want to start creating some privacy around this thing. So I've already got this kind of countertop here. There's actually barbecue here. We just haven't drawn it in yet. And so I think what I'm going to do, and I just start drawing with simple shapes. So once again, I'm using my slab tool, which is creating a solid 3D block. The nice thing about this is I can set all these settings. The other way to draw this is the actual 3D solid. So I'll get rid of that. I draw a 3D solid, and like this one here, you can see it right here then. And I'm going to say, okay, the height on that, I'm going to make it a bench. So I want the top to be at 18 inches. So I'm going to make this 16 inches tall. And it's going to, and the top's probably going to end up being about 20. So if I go 16 tall, my cap is going to be 20. I want to have a couple inches around it of overhang. And so I'm going to be 16 by 16 at the moment. And my idea is to actually wrap the perimeter of this space with a couple of blocks like that. I guess I need to be taller. I'm going to make it taller than 16. I'm going to make it 20 because I got to, or 22 because I got to account for the thickness of the patio. So from the outside it's 22. From the inside it's only 16. So the idea is I don't want to obstruct the view out of here, but I do want to create like a little courtyard feel. So I'm going to take this same thing, go over here. And the thought is actually ultimately to probably put some kind of a hot tub over here with privacy fence. So we do need to maintain an opening in this area. So real quick reference, point to point dimension. Just pull a dimension there. Feel good. I just make that 4 feet. Keep it clean if I can. Come on, 4 feet. There we go. And then this becomes a whole block. Let's look at that again in 3D. There we go. Not a lot to see out this side. It is still a view you're going to get from the deck though, whatever we put here. So the thought is to do that. I'm going to bring this block around the corner. So I'll copy one of these, put it there, Control G, gives me the ability to center. I can find the spot. Oh, there we go. All right, so now they're centered on each other. My spacing here, I'm going to make that 6 feet. Bring this out to there. Yeah, let's just see what that looks like. So now I've got a nice opening here. This is all kind of benches. Probably actually going to come back and cut in some gardens in here. I don't want it to be just solid concrete, but for now this works. And you got your opening there. Opportunity to do some kind of a arbor or something. Also, I think what could be fun is this bench here does not actually need to be a bench to sit at, but could be much smaller. Let's create, copy and paste that, center it up with this one if I can. And it's not really centered, but that's okay. In between, we're going to make that 12 inches in between. Sometimes you got to look at where it's referencing. So this line, okay, it's referencing that line, and then I've got, if I click enter, it shows me. So I'm going to grab this patio and just bring it back. That, I believe, is, yeah, that's a dimension line to the building. We'll leave that in place. This one, I go point to point and reference this to that. 11 3/4. Make it 12. Grab this side, make it 6. Now I've got a 6-inch concrete wall essentially. And now this could be actually used as a planter. And now we could actually put some plants in there. It's only, 12 inches, so about there. But you could put some stuff in there, or you could put some potted plants in front. That's one thought. I think this same thing, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, do I really want to wrap the whole thing with a solid, it's going to be treated with stone and capped and look nice, but, or do I want to give the opportunity for some plantings? I don't think I'm going to do any kind of structure over this opening. I think we want to leave it open for the view at the back. And this is really the advantage. You kind of go, okay, if you're in bed, let's say, or you're walking in the room, right? There's a nice view out there. It's not a single point of contact view, so it's not like you're looking at a mountain or it's just a nice territorial view. You're up high, the ground falls away, the grade. So you really have a nice view down into this little valley and these trees across the way. So gives you the ability to set your view and not have to frame a particular spot. So we could actually frame a little view through here if we wanted, but I feel like right now we just want to keep that pretty open. So let's keep going on this. So if I click 3, I'll break this line. Now I can carry that, see, across there. Click on that, make that 6 inches. Now we are creating our solid block. Lines up there. On that. Whoop, missed it. Got 6 inches. Okay, we like that. And then I think on this side, maybe we do just leave these solid and we'll cap them. That'll look nice. You can do some potted plants or something. And this will create a little bit more of a privacy. You put some plants in there. Okay. So now inside of this patio. So this is the patio at the moment. I think it might be nice to actually carve out this corner a little bit. So I click 3, and then bring this line down. Right click, change the line to an arc. To move. Right. Kind of being really symmetrical at the moment, but I think we want to free this up a little bit. That's the idea. Maybe this point there. This point comes down. Click 3 again. Create another break. And then could change this one to an arc. Now I forgot the settings. There it is. And kind of. I don't think that's good though. I don't like ending on a little tiny point there. I think this needs to come out away. So it's probably a third break that we need to make. This one. And So you know what I'm going to do. So I want this point to be here. So this is going to come across. That's up there. This is not going to extend past this one. So I don't want this point to extend past that corner. Right? If I hold down control, I can really dial it. Right about there. Trying to get a pretty natural looking shape. Right? Okay, so that becomes a garden area. Put some plants. They're going to be probably shade plants because this is the north side. Sun shining from this side. Like, okay, I kind of like that. Or you could actually do, ooh, we could make this a little rock bubbler fountain pool, shallow pool, with water just about this deep. That'd be really nice. So we'll do that over there. I like that idea. And then over here, I'm not going to cut this too much because you probably end up putting a chair. Let's do a patio table. See, this is why I like designing in Chief is even though we're way early in the concept, we can quickly drop in some elements and say, do we like this, right? Does that feel good for space? This little patio, do some lounge chairs maybe. Lounge chair. Or getting me inside lounge chairs, patio. Patio. Ooh, nope, nothing there. Okay, patio lounge chairs. I'm just going to say patio furniture. Okay, yeah, hands. Okay, nice, nice. Go back to plan view and kind of place this. Kind of put these out where the this would be in the corner of the round table. Not that it matters right now, but we'll just make it look like that. And then this chair, maybe we do two of those. You kind of feel like there needs to be a pair. But once again, ooh, so fast. There we go. Making sure we're not blocking. I think that chair needs to be brought up a little bit. We're not blocking too much of the view. I really actually like this idea of this corner being a little rock zen garden pond, whatever you want to call that. Okay, so this, let's make sure we get these right. They're going to be 6 inches up from 0 because they're sitting on the concrete. So you can see that now. So I need to make sure that this one is the same thing. So there we go. All right. Now it's starting to go a little crowded, but it's all right. Put this one over here. Yeah, they just need to be a little straighter with each other. There. And then this is called the, see the catalog is there. So I can click on that. It takes me right into the catalog. And if I'm looking for something else to go with it, maybe it has a little table. No, it's a big table. I'll do something fun like that. There we go. All right. This one here might be a little big. I think I'm gonna find like a 2-seater. That seems a little large. Let's see what they've got. Nothing much. I wonder if I say cafe table, if you come up with anything. Type in patio and get everything. It's the same table, I think, just without the chairs. All right, well, we'll leave it for now. It's fine. Okay, so Go back to our 3D overview. All right, so we kind of got our building blocks in place of what we like. I don't know what's going to go down in here. Might be a chance for a storage bin or something, but um, maybe just a normal patio chair, something like that. But this, like where we're going with this. So now what I can do is I'll clean up this corner of the drawing. So this actually line up there. This one will come up there. Make that 6. Now we've kind of finished our corner off. Now I'm going to cap. So all I have to do to make a cap is like take these two, copy and paste, open them up. My cap is going to be 2 inches, so I make it 2. Finished floor to bottom is 22. There we go. Now I can line them back up with this. Do point to point. That would have been better. Right? And then take this. Oh, I forgot my width. 1'4". So I'm going to add 2 inches aside, so we'll go 1'8". And then this one here, I'll go 6'5", 6'6", 7. Center it if I can find the spot. All right. So there's my cap. Now I just need to add a little bit of color. Just drop this color on there, and drop this color on there. And just for reference, it's pretty nice. I'll do the same thing on this one. But in CAD, what I can do is open this and fill it. So I'll just fill this with a concrete just to give it a distinction. So this one here, same thing. It's the cap already made. I'll make this concrete just to give it a distinction. Where'd it go? There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to add 4 inches overall to it, so 1'8". Center it on, what's it where I wanted? Center it on this. There we go. And then overall, change this to a 5, so add 2 inches to that side. This side here, I'm not going to add 2 inches because I'm going to end up creating a cap all the way around. So now I can just extend this cap. If I go 3, boom, bring it here, click on this, add 2 inches, 3, break it there, drag it down. And this for me is just about the easiest way I've found to create an object in 2D like this. Just adding 2 inches everywhere I go, breaking it in line with the wall, and bringing that back up. Back to this. Okay, like that. Let's just do some filler, create some distinction of products. I'll combine some of these so they're all one object, but there we go. I like what I'm feeling. I like that this is not too tall. I actually add my plants in Lumions. I don't do them in Chief, but I get all the structures, all the hard surfaces put together, and that's the start. All right, well, there's our first foray into recording what we're doing. I got to move this a little bit, and just a simple demonstration of how we can use Chief Architect to quickly visualize what we want to do. And then the nice thing is if I go to here, I go to settings, 3D render techniques, just go to a technical illustration, or I can go to render techniques and just do hand-drawn lines. Right? Simple, presentation wise, pretty simple. Disregard the floating cabinets, but that's how you save stuff for later. And there you go. All right, we'll see you on the next one. I'm Chris. Thanks.